Dirt roads to rock crawling, two-buck chuck to screaming eagle, moonshine to 50-year-old single malt. We talk about it all here on Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey with your hosts, Jason and Chris.
Welcome to Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, episode 158 in the home studio with Chris and Lorenzo. Where did you go?
This isn't even the same table, dude.
He wandered off. The table's changed. Oh my God. Where are we right now?
I don't even know this place. This place doesn't look right.
Anyways, well, Lorenzo is out in the cellar, unfortunately, and you were supposed to keep an eye on him, Chris, and he wandered off.
He's bottling.
As soon as you got here, he took off.
He's bottling.
Yeah, he's supposed to be bottling our wine. Our 2017 Cabernet is going to be bottled this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Oh, man.
So they're going to be listening to this the Tuesday after, so hopefully you're sobered up by now and had a great weekend.
They'll be in the PPB at that point.
I want to hear the stories from the Rubicon and Moon Rocks and all the great trails out there. I'm sure Fordyce is going to be inundated.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
So I'm looking forward to
there's no snow up there.
Justin, that bought Ozzy, that bought Eric Wick's buggy.
That I was supposed to buy.
He's wheeling that like every day, I think. I don't even think he works anymore. I think he's just wheeling. He said, fuck it, let's go wheeling.
He's joined a whole bunch of people that don't work.
Yeah.
The Great Resignation.
The Great Resignation. I want in on that. How do I sign up for that?
You're pretty close.
I'm trying.
You're pretty close. Yeah, you kind of mentioned a few things there about Memorial Day weekend, and I was, perusing the interwebs, as you like to say, and I know this is all going to be after the fact, but there's been a lot of stuff being published on Instagram and Facebook about moon rocks and people's behavior up there during holidays and whatnot. And there was a chance that there wasn't going to be any garbage bins or shitters up there. And a company in Reno stepped up to the lick log and
donated two dumpsters,
and there's going to be shitters out there.
And all they ask is for you to put the shit in the dumpster.
And don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
And there's
and they put shitters out there too. They put some porta potties too.
Didn't I just mention that?
Yeah. I was just reiterating that. So hopefully they got used. And yeah, we're supposed to go there the following weekend, the first weekend in June. So I'm planning on going, but things in my life have changed a little bit. So I'm just going day by day, hour by hour at the moment.
You're a little off. I mean,
I'm very off. So I'm just trying details, hopefully good details to follow future podcasts. But yeah, things are absolutely batshit crazy in my world right now.
Everything.
So yeah, moon rocks and
you don't have monkeypox, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, good, because I'd be in a different room. I had to leave.
No, I don't. How do you, no, let's not even go there. You saw that meme of how monkeypox got started, right?
I did. No.
It's
We're done
wrong.
with monkeypox.
You brought it up.
I know.
All right. Everybody's seen it.
So hopefully everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be doing a little bit of work, but I have Sunday and Monday off, so I don't know what I'm going to do.
And hopefully you took a moment to appreciate the flag, United States of America flag, and what Memorial Day is all about.
Fly it proudly.
Yes, our freedoms that we get, and thank you to all of the past and current military people that listen to this podcast. Hats off to you guys and gals, because
we appreciate you.
It's unbelievable. We bitch about California and different parts of the United States, but we've got a pretty damn cool country. So,
hell yeah!
Thank you for all of your efforts and dedication, and the Warriors. Cannot forget the Warriors.
Don't forget about the ones that gave all.
Yes, exactly. I didn't want to. I didn't know how to word that, but that's a good way of putting it. Those who gave all.
Yep.
So, yeah. Happy Memorial Day, United States of America.
And we want to hear about all the parties and the PPB, the post-party blues.
Post-party blues and the FOMOs.
The FOMOs.
FOMO.
I'm going to be FOMOing out this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, I am too, but
I want somebody to do a count as to how many golf carts are going to be on the Rubicon this weekend. I think it's going to be an invasion.
Really? You think so?
I do.
That would be interesting statistic to know how many four-wheel drives, the street legal rigs,
traditional, right?
Yeah, and then like buggies, you know, and then side by side golf carts.
Your assignment, should you choose
Wouldn't
to
that be
accept
cool
it,
to know?
to sit at Loon Lake and count.
Oh man, I'd love to that would be a great job for me this weekend, just to be up on the Rubicon. Let's see, like at Buck Island, just stationed at Buck Island, because that's the central point. Oh yeah, you wouldn't sleep at all. Buck Island is a new party spot, but just position. Maybe I'd go out to the island and just out there with binoculars, so I'd have some peace, and then count. Do a one of those clicker counts on each vehicle.
Clickers, yeah. For your golf score.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Your golf score one that didn't go high enough. It only went to 99.
I know,
so
right?
That was not good.
Well, that's the best score I've ever had, was a 99.
Well, clicker ran out. It's at 99. I guess we're done. Let's head to the bar.
Hell yeah. 19th hole. Bring it on.
We go from the 12th hole to the 19th hole every time we play with Chris.
Well, you know, I was talking to somebody. Well, how do we get to golf? But
I don't know.
It's just
because you brought up golf carts.
Well, I was talking to somebody the other day about my old stomping grounds. Before I worked at the golf course, Spring Valley in Milpitas, I played golf there with buddies in the evening, and we'd always go up there and play, you know, the twilight rate. We'd see up at like 3 p.m.
Right.
And I never saw past the 13th hole until I worked there.
Really?
Yeah. It's like I never saw 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And it's like, oh, these are kind of cool holes.
Because, wait, does 13 come back to the clubhouse?
No. 18 and 9 come back to the clubhouse. 13's going up the hill way into the North 40.
That's right.
So it's when it gets too dark to see your ball.
Too dark, yeah.
You start humping it back, and it's like walking into trees and shit.
I remember playing golf there. This is long before you were working there. Was as a kid, and you'd lose your ball in the fairway because the fissures would open up. The golf course was so freaking dry that there'd be cracks like 3-4 inches wide in the middle of the fairway, and you'd lose your ball.
That's true. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's true.
But it's absolutely true.
You had it in great shape.
Oh shit!
Oh boy, you don't even know the soundboard anymore. It's been so many podcasts since the soundboard. Bored. I'm not even. What the hell? I'm tired. I'm going to apologize.
It's true what they say about the way you people are gifted. Oh, it's true. It's true.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie. I need to go back and watch that.
We should have watched it last weekend.
I didn't have all the stuff in my camper. No. It's so I apologize now. I'm just
You're a little off your game. Do I need to host the show?
You should host a show, and I'll just sit back and listen.
So I need Chris, Eric, and Justin to report to the studio.
You
now.
guys did a great job. Pass the soundboard over here, and I'll just run the sounds.
Tell Lorenzo to do it, that fucker.
Well, get him back in here.
He's bottling.
Yeah, he's bottling, all right. He's de-bottling is what he's doing. Hey, so let's talk about we what? So we need to continue on this march of we had the switch over from Patron to Irate.
Yes.
4x4, which again, thank you, Austin, for facilitating all this. And so you have an update that we've got a majority of the people have switched over.
I wouldn't say a majority. But
not a majority. Who do we call out?
Well, I'm not calling anybody out, but I just want to remind everybody that we are switching over. We're not completely, we're not going to support Patreon anymore, but if you feel like you just don't want to leave Patreon, you can stay there.
We're not shutting it off.
But
we're not going to allow new people to sign up.
We're not allowing new people to sign up. If you want to sign up, we need you to go over to irate4x4.com.
Right.
And, to sign up on the irate4x4.com website is free. And if you want to become a Barrel Society member, which is
instead of calling you patrons, we call you Barrel Society members now.
That's correct.
Which is high society. We're moving on up.
It's moving on up. So, but it's the same deal: $5, $10, $50, $20 tiers. And once you go into the irate 4x4, once you sign up on irate 4x4, you can click on your username up in the upper right area of the screen, and that'll bring down a pull-down menu. And there's an area there that let me go there so I get this right.
So, I just want to say thank you for everybody's support and this changeover. I know it's a headache because you need one more thing on your desk to switch over,
right.
But it's a good thing, and we like to support Irate, and it's all going back to the 4-wheel drive community here. And I really like that aspect of it.
I do,
and
too.
Plus the forums are
entertaining.
Are great there. Yeah.
So you go to your username and you click on that, and it'll bring down it'll pop up a window, and you can see look on the right side column that's down below, and it says account upgrades. You click on that.
Account upgrades.
And you can see Snail Trail 4x4.
What?
Wheeling Wine and Whiskey Podcast. You just ignore Snail Trail and go right to Wheeling Wine and Whiskey Podcast, and that's where you can sign up and purchase your recurring monthly, or you can pay annually if you so desire. But we definitely want to encourage everybody, because that puts, the deal here is, as Jason mentioned, it puts more money, less money is taken by the corporation known as Patreon.
The man. AKA the man.
It gives us more money that we can put back into gifts for prizes for you, and also we can donate to worthy causes like whatever off-road organizations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Blue Ribbon Coalition and things like that.
So I guess I'll just say you, because they refer to Wheeling Wine and Whiskey as you on the Patreon. We're not supporting Snail Trail anymore.
Not currently.
Oh,
well, I canceled, and I haven't gotten around.
So
I am going to sign
even
back up.
Chris is tardy on making this happen. So
well, again, without getting into the nuances of everything, it's just Jason said, our lives are a little chaotic right now.
Yeah.
Me being in the golf industry and summer coming up quick. Things are stupid for me also. But
he's holding a hose a lot right now.
I was actually wrenching a lot today. I fixed 2 mowers today. I have no mechanic. I'm still looking to hire a mechanic.
Yeah, so if you want to go work with Chris,
good money, benefits.
Where is that?
Get a free meal.
Boundary Oaks in Diablo?
Boundary Oak Golf Course in Walnut Creek.
Walnut Creek, California.
Looking to hire a mechanic. I was wrenching most of the day today. I fixed 2 mowers and busted my knuckles. Well, not really, but had to use a lot of Gojo to get my hands clean.
Yeah, it feels good though, huh?
It was therapeutic. Really
I love wrenching and doing stuff like that, building things, because at the end of the day, you got something tangible to say, oh, I just fixed that, or I did that.
I think I might have a new my crew has a newfound respect for me when they came into the shop for lunch and they saw me under a mower.
Exactly.
Like, Padron, you're a mechanico today. It's like, I'm a mechanico today. That's right.
Yeah, no, it's true. And it's like, you can, like I told my crew, I'm not going to ask them to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. And it's, and they see me out there, with shovels and picks and climbing trees and hanging lights. And
was it bad that they were grabbing the jack and they wanted to lower it when I was underneath the machine?
Probably not a good sign. Not a good sign.
Not a good sign. Anyway, so please, to bring it back, reel it back in. Lorenzo's giving us the sign.
Is he back? You see him. He's outside the window right now.
Flicking
really?
us off.
Is he listening? Does he have a remote speaker out there or something?
He might.
That's pretty cool.
Sign up with Irate, please.
He's got hearing aids now, Bluetooth hearing aids like you.
Just like me.
That's it. That's what it is.
And he probably has a new fancy board in there, too. I noticed there's a lot of money missing out of our account.
He's doing good, though. I got to say, he's doing good. He's not quite pulling his weight yet, but he's doing a lot better.
Well, he's unbottling, as you said.
Yeah,
so.
Unbottling. Yeah. He just wandered back into the cellar.
So please sign up with Irate 4x4, and at some point, please switch over from Patreon to, and don't forget to cancel your Patreon account.
Yeah, cancel that. We can't do it. So
we can't do that.
But start Irate before you cancel the other one, please.
Yeah, exactly. We've got pretty good take. I think we've got 10 or 15 people have switched over already.
Okay.
So
that's good.
It's a process. I didn't expect it to happen overnight.
Nice.
So, but as always, we super appreciate all of your support.
Nudge.
Yeah,
gentle nudge.
So.
All right. Well, that's good. we got to announce the winner. We were supposed to do it on the last podcast, but we were in Prairie City, and we'll get to that in a minute. There's a lot of stories from Prairie City.
We got a lot of stories. We haven't.
And so and so this is the first time we're like sitting down recording. We were going to record at Hollister last weekend for the safety clinic, and that didn't happen. It was my birthday, and I didn't get hammered drunk, but I was done. I just wanted to go enjoy the moment and relax. I didn't want to, and it was very nice. A lot of friends were there, and of course,
you like cake.
He liked cake, and the cake was awesome. We'll talk about that in a minute too. But so our winner of the Morphlate Ultimate Tire Repair Kit. So that's the nice tire repair kit that came with the nice metal tools, the plugs, all the valve cores and stems and everything in the caps. And then it came, but wait, there's more. The two Colby valves that you can install without debeating the tire. But wait, there's more. The tire patch kit from Glue Tread.
That's right.
And that is badass, and that will get you off the trail. I mean, when that came out, I bought one, and that gave me the sense of security, especially in the buggy, that I don't carry a spare. And, we're doing...
spare weighs more than you do.
Yeah, and we're doing all this crazy stuff. So I'm like, you split sidewalls, and I've put, 30 plugs in a sidewall before, and I'm like, okay. And then, wow, that's a nice Arizona pour down there. Look at him. Shake it. That is Old Elk weeded, bottled down. Can we have a moment of silence, please? Okay, Tyler. He killed the last bottle of weeded on this table.
And Tyler, that's right.
Yeah, you remember that?
I do.
He's all, what's this? And dude, that's Old Elk weeded. It's like some of the smoothest bourbon known to man.
And you can't find it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even us with our contacts, we
shouldn't say bourbon. Whiskey. Because it's not bourbon.
Anyway, we don't have a drum roll.
Oh, we don't. So,
sorry.
The Morphlate, and that's nice. We tied Tyler back into it, and thank you, Tyler, for donating that Morphlate. Very nice gift. I have one. You have one. They're excellent. You can cover 99% of your tire repairs on the trail with that.
Yep.
So the winner is.
I gotta fix this board.
That was like Christmas Story, right? Wasn't that Christmas Story where they're doing the drum roll for the Christmas lights? Drum roll. None other than our friend down under, Charles Locke.
Oh,
congratulations, Charles Locke in Australia. That is freaking awesome. I'll tell you. And he was like, what was the guy that like flooded our first contest?
The guy down in Florida.
Yeah.
Raider.
Yeah, Mud Raider.
Yeah.
So Charles, now obviously he is a patron, now a Barrow Society member.
That's correct.
So he got 20 entries automatically, and then he put a lot in it on the IG as well.
Sweet.
And we did a random number generator. We had 700 something.
Yeah, almost just below
6 something, entries, and we did the random number generator 3 times. 1, 2, 3, boom. Charles came up, his number on our spreadsheet. We did this randomized spreadsheet, so it wasn't all in order.
Right.
And there it is. Whoop. There it is. So we reached out to Charles because he's not in the lower 48. And
he's not even on this hemisphere.
Yeah. And I said, hey, do you, we'll send this to you, but are you willing to pay for some extra shipping? Because, Lorenzo's taking our extra fundage here.
Exactly.
Still paying off his debts from his junket there last year.
Costa Rica.
Uh-huh. And he says, yeah, heck yeah, no problem. So actually, he ordered some shirts from that other podcast with the snail, the Gastropod podcast or something. What was that? The Escargot podcast, Snail Trail podcast.
Snail Boys.
Yeah. And so I connected with Jimmy and I said, hey, hold on that shirt. Let's send a care package down there to Australia since shipping so much. So
yeah, it's $1 million.
So we're working it out with Charles. So congratulations, Charles. Congratulations to thank you to everybody. Sorry you didn't win, but there can only be one winner.
Nope, there can only be one.
But thanks for everybody for participating, and thanks again to Morphlate, Tyler, for donating that killer prize, and love it. I mean, that is something that everybody should have. So if you don't have one, you can go to morphlate.com and check it out.
Yep.
And get that, and you can add on the glue tread, you can add on the Colby valves, depending on the kind of wheeling you're doing. If you're doing serious hardcore, not overlanding stuff, because that's not hardcore.
No.
But you are doing some serious
and you
rock
got
crawling.
43-inch
Fordyce, down there at the Hammers,
Yeah.
Moon Rocks,
Moab,
Sand Hollow. You're out there wheeling,
doing it right. Fordyce.
Then
ripping shit open.
Then you should have the full kit.
Hell yeah.
Now, if you're doing overlanding, you can just you got your 29-inch spare tire anyways, and that's fine. That'll get you home, so that'll be just fine. Oh, jeez, that was wrong. I'm not. Whoa, wow. Who sent that out?
I don't know, but
somebody sent it to me, and I sent it out to the group, and that was so wrong. We can't even talk about that. We have an explicit label and can't even talk about that.
This is good.
If somebody wants to know about it,
DM Jason.
DM me, and I will get you in on the ultimate
accessory to the ultimate
BBC tire repair kit.
Not endorsed.
There's a few people that know.
If you know, you know.
But it's I just I can't go there right now.
No.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
So congratulations, Charles. Yeah,
awesome. Woo!
We got another contest coming up that I have dreamed up that Chris doesn't even know about yet. But that will be our next contest coming up here. And again, we give till it hurts here on this podcast, Wheeling Wine and Whiskey.
Oh. Well, yeah, you haven't communicated this to me.
No. Well, you don't even talk to me anymore, so you're so busy.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's move on.
This is the last episode of Wheeling Wine.
So there you go. It very well could be.
No shit, we're still paying for this board. What are you talking about?
I know. So Prairie City. Let's talk about Prairie City, the Stampede, Ultra 4 Stampede.
Epic.
Mid-America Outdoors. That was their third race of their series since they took over.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yep. And it was right in our backyard.
Hell yeah.
And we were super excited to go, and we ended up camping out. Got there Thursday night. I did.
I got there Friday afternoon.
And then,
pissed off.
James and Rhonda was there. Well, you experienced the traffic of the Bay Area, which I do all the time. So there you go. And Code Nolson was there Thursday night.
That's right. Tommy and Victoria.
Yeah. Jay Barry moved into our camp Friday morning.
Jay Barry.
Yeah.
We'll talk about his race.
Anyways, we had a lot of fun. It was really cool. Camped down in the obstacle course where we were playing the week before.
Right.
I was testing out my new stickies
on your CJ5.
Yeah, those were great. So good. So then Friday morning, we got settled in, and there was practice going on, and drivers meeting for practice.
So we were media,
and then we got media. Yeah, so we had to pay for our USAC insurance, and they gave us a brand new, not a used, beat up, sweaty old vest. It was a brand new vest.
Yep.
That I'm pretty sure if a light hit it, that you'd be able to see the reflection to Mars. I mean, that stuff had some serious reflective tape on it.
Yep.
Which is good and needed it because Shannon Campbell, damn near took out our buddy Andy Carnitas.
Damn near killed him.
Andy Carnitas and Lona Scott was out there taking pictures. And during the qualifying, Shannon got a little rowdy jumping out of the last rock pit and spun a freaking 360 and damn near took him out.
That was exciting.
Andy had to pull him out of the way.
Run like the wind.
Yeah, so thank God nobody got hurt there. But
exactly.
Anyways, so it was cool to be certified media for that event. And I didn't get down on the track side. I mean, because you can see like 98% of the track from where we were sitting.
I mean, yeah, and that if you were a photographer, and I did not bring my camera rig at all, I should have brought my camera.
I've never seen your camera rig.
Well, I brought it to KOH a couple of years ago.
Really?
But I mean, that's really why you want to go out on the track.
Well, Andy is our unofficial official photographer for Wheel and Wine and Whiskey.
Hell
Anyways,
yeah.
He gets some great shots.
And he gives us a link to all of his.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Here you go," and I'm like, "Okay,
yeah,
well, that saves my iPhone from taking a bunch of cheesy photos."
Right, because we were to talk about Prairie City.
Busy.
We were busy. I remember I just sat down. We had a nice location right there near just past the start finish line, near where the Crane of Shame comes through. And
the Crane of Shame, yes.
As I'd sit down, and you'd be like, "Chris, what? We got to go." I'm like, "I just sat down." It's like, we got to go. We got to go check out the pits. We got a tight schedule. So you've already heard all the interviews we conducted while we were there at Prairie City. We spoke with Matty Moon and Woody Rose.
Yeah, so that was a fun interview with them.
Hell yeah, we got a little break from the heat.
So yeah, we wanted we talked to them prior to the race, and they said, "Yeah, we'd love to be on the podcast." I'm like, "Sweet." And then so went in and met him, on Friday, and said, "Okay, we'll figure something out here when Chris gets in and all that." And then
it's episode 156.
That's right, episode 156. And then so we came back. We kind of set a time frame, and we came back, and unfortunately, Maddie had shredded a couple tires.
I couldn't figure out. You heard it in the episode, but I thought those were zip ties that they were holding the knuckle on or something.
Oh no! That was the actual wire treads.
I know.
In the tire that shredded.
It was crazy,
and it was, and so Elvis was there cutting them off and stuff. And anyways, it was not a good timing to record a podcast. So then we circled back. About an hour later, and she's like, "Yeah, let's do this." And Woody
mood was
there.
Much better.
Well, yeah, and I get it, man. You get in that zone, and you're disappointed. I mean, you spend all this time and money, and trying to get ready for a race, and then something silly happens,
right?
And whether you caused it or not, or that track was freaking brutal, dude. It was carnage on high.
Oh yeah,
the Crane of Shame was working overtime that trip, and that race, and it was nonstop. Just going back and forth to the pits, hauling cars in, and that unfortunately the what was that, the rough stuff car, Travis?
Oh yeah.
Oh, man, I haven't seen carnage to a car like that in a long time. The whole front end, it looked like it got just impacted by a bulldozer.
Well, you auger in,
Oh, fuck. In that whoop section, the rhythm section, but the last two whoops were spaced out, differently, so it bucked you.
Sure.
And especially if you took the far right line, the left line and kind of the center was the go zone, but man, that far right would just buck you.
Yep.
Anyways.
Well, they want to challenge him. I mean, that's for sure. So
yeah, so we got to interview, sit in a nice air conditioned fifth wheel.
That was sweet.
VIP status. It was awesome.
Do you know who we are?
Yeah, we got. The guy's pulling out beers out of his refrigerator and put the AC on, and it was great. So that was awesome.
The weather was epic. I mean, it was super warm, sunny. It was just great.
It was a sunny, warm California day for sure.
So sitting down with Maddie and Woody was awesome. Very cool interview. Very cool people. And
up and comers, man. I mean, they're fairly new to the scene. Woody obviously has some more experience, but Maddie, new to the scene from her rock bouncing.
She's been doing the rock bouncing.
Still, I mean, it's a different deal. But it was cool to hear both sides of that and what the similarities were and the differences between the cars and the race style.
I hope I didn't offend her when I asked that question about, is it just plant the foot down and just send it. She answered the question with poise.
There's more skill involved in that.
But because like I said, you watch these videos on YouTube, it just looks like a bunch of rednecks that just send it.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely throttle control and steering, and a lot of things are coming at you quick on that rock bouncing stuff, man.
Trees, rocks.
Yeah,
hills,
exactly.
People,
gravity. Yeah.
Oh shit! So that was super cool. We had a lot of fun talking to them, and that's, as I mentioned, that was episode 156.
156, yeah.
And then, so the theme of the weekend was let's catch up with some of the youngins, right?
Well, it just kind of worked out that way, and we were looking at who was going to be there and who we wanted to target. So it was just kind of worked out that way, and then Waylon wandered into our campsite
right when I was setting up after I arrived on Friday evening.
That was Friday evening. So you had just got set up, and I was near my camper talking to somebody, whatever, and then those Campbell cars have a distinctive sound.
Oh yeah, they're spicy.
And so I heard it. Come into camp. We're parked right at the base of the stair steps area. There used to be one original stair steps that I was actually involved with building in the early 90s. Our four-wheel drive club, Esprit de Four.
God, you're old.
I am old. Just turned 50.
50?
So 50. And just embracing it, Chris. Just embracing it.
I embraced it 4 years ago.
Yeah. And so...
You're late to the party.
Yeah, that's all right. That's a party I want to be late to. That's all right. As long as there's a little whiskey left at that party, I'm good. So I go, okay, here comes this car into camp, and I go, oh shit, it's Waylon. So we all go running over there like a bunch of freaking schoolgirls.
I was already talking to him.
Yeah, and you're over there just freaking, hey, how's it going? I'm Chris from Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, and how you doing, Waylon? And so it was cool.
2008.
Super, super chill. I mean, he's in, if you haven't listened to the episode yet, 157, but he's just doing it, man. He's just doing his thing. He's zen-like. It's freaking awesome. And
he's a normal dude.
He is a normal dude. Puts his pants on one leg at a time. But he makes freaking gold records when he races out in the track. So he was testing out. They were working on the car, and he wanted to make sure four-wheel drive was working. So he went up the stair step area.
Locker, right? Something like that.
Yeah, and there's everything from mild to wild in this area. So he freaking romps on. And I swear that torque converters are like a freaking 5,000 RPM stall. It's high, man. Before that thing kicks in, it's impressive. And so anyways, he comes back down, and we're chatting with him, and I go, hey, we need to get you on the podcast. We just had your dad on the podcast from King of the Hammers this year, and I said, we'd love to have you on. He's like, hell yeah, let's do it tomorrow. And I'm like, all right, cool. So he gave us a time frame between, qualifying heats, all that stuff. And so we went up to the pit, and of course, Bailey blew out a transmission.
Dude, they're all banging and clanging.
Shannon caught on fire. The spare belt came off that was on the side, and it caused some damage. And then he was working on that.
Crofts had issues.
Crofts had something going on with his car. So
transfer case.
Yeah, transfer case. That's right. And then Waylon's car was good, but of course they were going through it and getting it race ready. So there was a lot going on in camp. But we hung out in their camp for a good 45 minutes or so, talking
with Jesse.
Yeah, with Jess, and then Shannon did a test run. He came up, and I mean, it was cool. He's like, hey, guys, how's it going? Like, he actually remembered us, which I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
We're not worthy.
So, it was awesome.
What movie's that from?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
No.
I don't. Oh no. Wayne's World.
Yes. We're not worthy.
Told you, my brain's not with it right now, man. My brain is not there so much.
Wayne's World. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, that was good. The licorice dispenser in the car up on the top.
They always fuck you at the drive-thru.
That's a drive-thru. Okay, so
have we done Wayne's World references on the show before?
We have not that I can remember.
Wow.
Game on. Game off. Game on.
What a great movie.
All right. That's another good one to watch camping.
Right.
All right. So, back to Wayland. And so he was up there, and he's all, hey, give me a few minutes. We got to finish up Bailey's car. I mean, they're throwing wrenches and making stuff happen. Get it going. He goes, all right, let's go. And it was hot.
It was hot.
And
we needed AC.
They didn't have their full, KOH camp set up. They had the semi-trailer there, but the people were going in and out of it. So there's no quiet place. So we said, hey, let's go back down to our camp. He's like, heck yeah. So walk down to our camp. We'll go to Chris's camper because he's got the bigger, camper. And couldn't get the generator fired for AC. The generator fired, but no AC.
I know. I figured it out.
What happened?
The refrigerator was on automatic.
That shouldn't make a difference.
It was on automatic, so it would have loaded it out. This camper, I don't know.
Nope, that's not correct.
The AC wouldn't kick on.
Wrong answer. I'll tell you why it didn't go, because did you have the AC on prior to that?
No.
Oh, because if you shut it off wrong and that compressor, it's got a soft start, to it. It can't be restarted within a certain amount of time. And I thought maybe that was it. Okay. Well, anyways, it's not your refrigerator. Anyways, never here to there. And the Taj Mahal was there, but Kobe was nowhere to be found to utilize that spacious studio. So I said, hey, let's go to my camper.
They had 2 dogs.
So it was like, I don't know, 88 degrees or something in my camper.
Yep.
It was hot. So I fired up the generator, got the AC going. So if you hear the noise in the background, that's the fucking generator and AC going in the background. You filtered it out pretty good.
I did my best.
We knew it was there because we were there, but some listeners may have not heard it. People that listen with headphones probably heard the background noise.
But this show goes.
But we're working with what we got.
We record everywhere. We don't record in some fancy studio in Sacramento. all the time.
No, we don't have a mobile. Whoa. Whoa! Wow. So I go. This thing will cool down, and Waylon's like, "This is no big deal. This is cool to him because he, born and raised
lives
in
in
freaking Arizona, and anything in the '90s is like cool for him and below." so
he was like, "I need a parka."
Yeah. So we got it down to like 70 something degrees.
Dude, that would have continued. We would have kept going and going and going.
If he didn't have to race, yeah.
But I was like looking at the watch.
No, and it's a good thing
shit,
he did, because he literally had like 15 minutes to get suited up and get in his car.
I know. And I would be like, I don't want a Wheeling Wine Whiskey to be the reason for DNF.
Paging Waylon Campbell. Waylon Campbell. Where are you?
Oh, that was epic.
He's in the Wheeling Wine and Whiskey camper. Somebody go get him.
Where are they at? So, yeah, Waylon, super cool interview, episode 157.
I love how humble he is, because seriously, if somebody wanted to have like all that in a bag of chips attitude, he could do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but he's earned a name, and that was one thing I wanted to make sure got across in the podcast, is he made a name for himself. He wasn't just riding on daddy's coattails and going, oh, well, yeah, I got this, this, and my dad's that, and, I got access to all of the, quote unquote, best of the best equipment.
And they do.
But
they work for it.
Yeah. And seeing him as a kid growing up through, the rock crawling, I mentioned Donner rock crawl up here in the Sierras. And I mean, literally he could barely see over the steering wheel. He could barely see over the steering wheel now, but it was like, sorry.
Sure.
But no, seriously,
my girlfriend Mike.
I know. But to see him out there and knowing that he earned it, and that's the very cool aspect. It wasn't just like, oh, here's this freaking, crazy race car, go race, kid.
Right. No. And to circle back on that, the race car situation, I remember that when he was building his new car, we kind of touched on it, but I don't think we really got the full story. When he was building the new car that was on display at SEMA the year,
he races now.
The one he races now, he had it wasn't like just given to him and whatnot. He had to sell his
his old car
to fund the new car.
Exactly.
So I mean, the listeners need to understand that it's just not just some gravy train going on, that money's just rolling off the trees and whatnot.
And that, being the first family of Ultra 4, basically the Campbell Enterprises, their family. I mean, yes, they got a lot of great sponsors, but it still doesn't cover all the bills.
No, absolutely.
And
still pay to play, baby.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So, anyways, it was super cool, and it was a fun episode, and definitely want to circle back with him in the future. And man, so we do those. That was Saturday. Right before the race, right?
Right before the
4,400, the big show.
The big show.
So then right after that, we're like right on, we just got, 3 great up and coming racer. Well, Waylon's already established, but getting the young guns, on the podcast. And we head down to our seating area where all our buddies are, right?
Yep.
And so we're ready to watch the race. And then Dolly's like, you guys need to go up and announce. You need to go up to the tower up there and go talk to Miles and
Checkpoint
Pam.
Dolly.
Yeah, Checkpoint Dolly, Amber's mom. And we're like, and we were trying to do it. She told us earlier in the day, and this wasn't working out. We had interviews and stuff. We were busy.
She made it happen.
So she goes, you guys need to go up there right now. Okay.
Right meow?
Right meow. So we go up there, and who's sitting there waiting to get on the live feed?
Terry
Madden. Terry Madden. None other than Terry Madden. And Cassis was there, his dog.
He's right. And
So
of course, Pam and Miles.
I got to pet and play with Cassis a little bit. So yeah, then Miles and Pam are in there talking. Somebody else was on the mic. I didn't recognize that individual. So then Terry, goes to hop on, and Pam comes out and says, "Okay, guys, you can go on after Terry." And and I go, "Hey, Terry's a wealth of knowledge. Let him, be up there during the race, the main, and we're going to go down and watch the main because I want to watch the main."
Exactly.
And I said, "You're going to leave and go down to the podium area and announce the winners, interview the winners." And I said, "Chris and I can come up and fill in that space.
We're like fluffers."
Yeah. I wouldn't quite say that, but okay. So half our audience probably doesn't even know what that is. So DM.
Hope it's more than half.
DM Chris at Wheeling Wine and Whiskey if you want to know what that is.
www.chrism on the Instagram.
Yeah. So she goes, perfect. So we did just that. Lauren crosses the finish line. Freaking awesome race.
Oh, incredibly awesome race.
It's so cool. I love the short course because it is just, you can see 98% of the racetrack from where we are.
Well, probably
so you see, whatever.
90%.
We just missed that one horseshoe turn and the rhythm section, the whoops.
Right. The back
but then
part.
you see all the jumps. You see the back 40 where they're making that big turn,
And the gunite
coming down
section.
the gunite section. Boom. Then they go into the first rock section, and then the second, third rock section. Boom. Big ass turn around start finish line. And anyways, so we go up there, and Terry just walked out.
Yoo-hoo!
And we go in, which was perfect because they only have 2 or 3 headsets total. So
Correct.
Miles is on one, and then so there was
Pam's
one for each of
usually
us.
on,
Where
yeah.
if Pam was there,
Jason wouldn't have been on the show.
Right, exactly. So we get up there, put on the headsets, and we're staring at this big. Well, how big is that TV? Like a 55-inch?
No, at least 55. Yeah, it was-
A big screen TV that is showing the actual live feed, what you watch on the internet.
and there's a
stuff.
camera in front of that.
And then you have a camera in front of that with a small screen, facing you that's live. That's actually filming what you're doing right now.
Correct.
And then there's 2 big freaking lights hanging off of that 60-inch screen.
Right.
And so we got the headsets on, and I'm like, well, this is happening right now.
Yeah.
And
It's like, wow, we're live.
so pretty freaking cool.
Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, baby.
And Miles is dropping like Ricola or cough drops or something for talking for the past 10 hours like they're candy.
Exactly.
He had a whole stack of them over there. I can't imagine talking that long, but it was really, really freaking fun, and we just chopped it up with Miles like we were old buddies, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
It felt natural. It felt good. The most annoying thing though, or tough thing to get used to, is that you got a producer yelling in your headset.
It's very soft.
And they're like, we're gonna go live, and
3,
and boom,
2,
yeah,
1.
and then it's like, okay, shit, I guess we're live. But there's a delay, so we're watching the TV, and there's like a 5-second delay.
So at the end of the feed, when it's like the announcer's like, we're gonna, and we do the thumbs, we're like, and there's no thumbs happening on the TV.
Like,
we're like, is this gonna happen before we cut away?
Yeah. It was funny, and then they were yelling because the camera that was filming Lauren and Paul Wolf and stuff that were down at the podium area was dirty, and they're like, clean the lens. And it's
Exactly.
like, okay, and you're trying to carry on a conversation with Miles while somebody's shouting in your ear. It was different.
It was different, and to say so, I have a new respect for Miles and
Oh
Pam.
my God, yes.
To think that, so they're they're having their conversation. They're talking about the various races. They're talking to people in the studio with them, but the producer in the trailer outside is giving them instructions, and they have to hear what he's saying and understand and acknowledge in some subtle way that they've heard it without saying, "Yes, I heard you, producer."
And they're unscripted, right? I mean, this is just off the cuff and just talking about what's going on at the moment,
Right.
and they got to fill in the bare spots, and it's like, holy smokes!
Oh, Lorenzo, now you want to whisper in our ears?
Oh yeah.
Fuck you.
No, that's not happening.
No, you go back out and continue to debottle.
No, do not debottle. Go catch a drink of water in the pond or something.
So, but yeah, I mean that was a trip, and that was super fun.
So we were up there way longer than I thought we were
10
going to be.
minutes.
I thought it was going to be in and out. Yeah, it was like almost, just under 10 minutes. We were up there yakking it up, and so it was. We walked out of there, and then my phone started blowing up. You were on the live feed, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
Nobody texted me.
Nobody texted you, not even your wife.
I told my wife. I said, "Hey,
what about your son? Wasn't Kevin watching?
no, Craig. would've
Craig.
been. But I texted my wife and said, "Hey, check out ultra4racing.com. I may be on the live feed soon."
She's like, whatever.
She's like, "I saw you." I'm like, cool.
Oh.
What does that mean? Are we gonna hook up?
Are we gonna? How'd that work out for you?
Yeah, negative.
Not very good.
Negative Ghost Rider.
So anyway, it's just cool, and
I'm famous now.
yeah, I mean, it's the vibe at that race. I gotta say was, all the races are cool, but being a smaller entity, obviously, way smaller than KOH.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
But you still have, a lot of the key players there, but everybody's way more accessible.
Yep.
And it was really cool. And like JT said during the driver's meeting, he goes, doesn't this feel like it was 10 years ago? Just a bunch of friends out having a good time racing
for
and it did. And man, Mid-America Outdoors had a heck of a trailer spread there, and that big tent for all the merchandise and to hang out and hospitality. That was cool to see. And literally cars would pull off the track that podiumed, and we get staged up in front of the big screen.
Correct.
And, of course, there's a 30-minute, red card delay. If anybody wants to throw a red card from the race, okay, no red cards. All right, here's our podium finishers right here for second, third.
Here's your check.
And here's your check and trophy. And, yeah, I think it was Jimmy Jack came in. I was talking to JT at the end of the day. We were turning in our vest.
Right.
I was turning in my vest. You didn't have your what? I don't know. Your vest was back.
I was running away from a lemonade truck.
That's what it was. You almost got ran over by a lemonade truck. That's
Twice.
a whole nother story. Twice, not once, but twice. God, and you didn't even get a free lemonade. And that's
No,
what's
fuck
wrong.
no.
I told
almost
you.
died and I didn't get anything.
You
for
should
it.
have got a free lifetime supply of lemonade from that lemonade stand.
Lemonade.
Because we thought you were dead at one point. We thought you were gonna get run over.
You know who I am.
Didn't care. The lemonade truck did not care.
No fucks to give.
So we're talking to JT, and we handed him a bottle, as promised, of the white port.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you procured a white port from one of our Barrel Society members, Ira, in Livermore, a buddy of ours that loves port. He's a port connoisseur. And we called him up and we said, Ira, what is your best white port? And he says, oh, well, XYZ from Cedar Mountain. Okay, well, give us a bottle because we're going to give that to JT. So we slapped a Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey sticker on it so he knew where it came from.
Yep.
And saw him after the race and gave it to him. And, Jimmy Jack came over and said, hey, man, great weekend, great race. And this is crazy to get a trophy and a check at the same time. And they had refreshments for the racers there at the end.
What did JT say?
And what did he say?
So we can go back to what it was like before.
Yeah, we can go. Well, now that's a little bit of a dig, but yeah. Anyways, it was cool to see. I mean, man, these racers,
they're thrilled.
Well, yeah, and how much money and time and everything they're putting into, making it happen. Yes, it's their hobby, their fun, but hey. you win a race, you want to get paid in a timely fashion,
Sure.
and you want to recoup some of your fuel cost and tires and everything else, right? I mean, it's just you don't get into racing to make money, but it's nice to offset some of your costs a little bit.
Well, maybe if they had the same purses as the Masters had, that'd be pretty badass.
Well, that's a whole different deal, but yeah. So it was cool. It was a great vibe, super cool. And then we. People started packing up and leaving. Well, obviously we were close to home. So
Yep.
Our camp was, getting going. And what did we have that night? Tri-tip?
Burgers.
Was it burger? Oh, it was burger night. Yeah.
Gourmet burgers.
Yeah, those were good burgers, man.
Hell yeah.
Tri-tip was the Friday night.
And the bourbon was flowing.
It was good, and it was hot. It was really hot that day, but it cooled off.
Yeah, I slept with a sheet every night.
A cheat?
Sheet.
A cheat?
And no blankets.
Really?
Windows all open.
Yeah, I know. I had my roof fin open, and it was nice at night. But
great.
that Saturday day, it was a
You
barn
got-
burner.
you
But I
got
had my big Trail Hero sombrero on, so that was nice, man. That's like walking around with an easy up over your head. It was great. It was like full shade. Yeah, it was awesome.
So yeah, our camp that night was super cool because we finished dinner. We were just chilling around the no campfire.
No campfire. That's what I was going to put in quotations. The no campfire. We didn't even have a propane stove
we had
or
nothing.
anything to
But
sit
we were
around.
just sitting in a circle, and we had racers coming into our camp to visit and stuff.
Yeah. So Woody Rose came in,
Yep.
Elvis, and Toby Stacy.
Toby,
And they come in. Of course, they're looking for libations. So and of
Exactly.
course we provided.
Yep.
And of course Amber came down, and Kyle Seglin, he was camped right near us, so
Yep.
you couldn't even hear him. He's like stealth mode, right, in the EVE.
Sneaking by.
He just sneaking by. Yeah, so it was super cool. We were just sitting there, and people were filtering in and out of our camp. Miles was trying to stop by.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
You
I
were-
had to go run an errand.
Yep. You were off. You were
I
off
was gone,
property.
and he called me, and he goes, "Dude, where are you guys at?" And I go, "Shit, I'm like a half an hour from camp right now." I said, "I'm coming right back." And he goes, "I tried to find you guys. I couldn't find you. I'm heading back to the hotel." He was exhausted.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
It would have been
He
cool
worked
to
his ass off.
Would have been cool to have a brewski or a bourbon with Miles, but future. He knows who we are now. We know who he is.
Oh, yeah.
So it's good. We got a good beginning of a friendship going on there.
Shit, yeah.
It was fun. I mean, like I say, we just talked with him like it was old home week. It was super easy.
Exactly.
So then I don't know. I don't know what time I went to bed. It was like 11:30 or something.
I think I went to bed before you did.
Yeah, you did. You retired before me, and then
Still pretty late though.
and I was good. I was content. I was not
Well,
overserved
you got
at all.
back and you're like, man, I got to get some bourbon. And then you had apple pie.
Oh, the pie was good. Yeah.
Yep, that was good.
Burgers and pie.
I think was there ice cream? Yeah, there was ice cream.
There was ice cream, too.
Ice cream Sandos, I think from
From James and
Samurai
Rhonda.
James. Jeep and James.
Yeah, they now that they're living the Lance life, huh? How about that? They're loving that. That's so good.
Gotta love it. Mm-hmm. So hey, let's get into a little bit of the results from the race. I know everybody's probably heard all that stuff.
Yeah, let's do that, and then I want to talk about Sunday morning.
Oh, Sunday morning.
Yeah, so finish out Saturday race results from the Prairie City Ultra 4 Stampede.
We're not going to report on everything. Let's do the 4,600.
Well, we got to get get the golf carts in there.
Oh, you want to get the golf carts in there?
Well, yeah, we had somebody racing in the golf carts.
Overall combined results. What's this? So you got first place in the overall was UTV Pro Modified Cole Clark, number 1.
Yep.
Paul Wolf, number 2.
Yeah, Paul. Jeez.
Josh Smith, number
He's
3. Brian Crofts, who's also a 4,400 racer, number 4.
He raced a golf cart?
You did.
I did not know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I didn't see a golf cart in the pit.
Well, they probably had it stuffed in the trailer or something.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Anyway, and then Brian Hamby was number 5.
Okay.
So these were, let's see. So Brian raced in the UTV stock. Josh was UTV stock, and then Paul Wolf was UTV Pro.
Yeah,
Modified.
Pro Mod.
And that Paul Wolf, that dude can drive.
Well, and he's definitely making a name for himself. He just got the 4400 car from Dan Wyrick.
Right.
And we were going to interview him, and the pit guys interviewed him. So now he's like dirty laundry to us. So we got to, we'll get him on the podcast.
The pit guys. Really?
Giving Zach and Hopper a bad time.
Right. So that's the top 5 for combined on the UTV. And then overall combined results for 4600. You've got John Williams was number 1, and that's 4600 stock.
Yeah, stock.
Wow, this is hard to read.
Really?
Albert Contreras was number 2, and he's also 4600 stock. And then John Snell, number 3, 4600 stock. Alex Fleming, 4th place, 4600 stock. And then 5th place, Megan Miller.
Oh, yeah. Megan was right there, huh?
First time ever racing.
First time racing in Ultra 4, D-Mill with a welder's wife.
That's awesome.
Megan Miller.
Dude, did you see her? You missed her. You weren't. I walked back with Andy Carnitas and myself
Photographer
to return our vests
yes.
to the
yes.
camper or Ultra 4 tent. And Megan was in there with Derek, and she's like, dude, she was so excited.
Heck yeah.
She ran over to me and freaking jumped into me and freaking gave me a huge hug. And she's just like, they're giving me a check.
No way. They gave her a check?
She was vibrating.
Oh,
with
that's
excitement.
great.
It was super cool.
That's awesome. I mean, that's so cool.
Yeah. So she was stoked.
So she bought Dawson Allington's original baby Jeep.
Correct.
And during practice, she broke the 8274 winch, motor snap housing. Yeah, that was the winch left the jet. So they pulled that off.
It's weight savings.
It is. Yeah, on the short course, it's like you don't need no stinking winch.
We don't need no stinking winch.
Apparently the Jeep didn't want a stinking winch. So,
right. Well, she didn't need it.
But that was cool that she finished and did well. Good for her.
Yeah, first race ever, which is badass.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on. So the 4,800 Legends results, we already kind of mentioned. Toby Stacy, first place.
Yep, Toby, he was fired up that night, that Saturday night. He was celebrating.
He was partying.
And as he should be.
And then second place was Kevin Condon.
Yep.
Not what you said earlier.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then Maddie Moon, third place.
Maddie got third place, and she had to, she was LCQ, right?
Right.
Last chance qualifier, right?
Right. And fourth place, Chuck Crossland.
Oh, yeah, Crossland.
And then fifth place, Woody Rose, Maddie Moon's teammate.
So there you go. Woody's right there in that badass trim fab car.
Badass.
Holy smokes.
So that
I love, it's the Campbell car. I mean, there's chassis out there. Horschel's car is unbelievable.
Right.
I love looking at the engineering that people come up with.
Oh, yeah. Crazy stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
we can talk all night long.
And then you go back to Slosson's bomber car that is just freaking tried and true.
Bone simple.
Well, no, but there's some complexities there, and it freaking works, and I love it. And it's just cool to look at all the different ways, all the different mousetraps to try and win at Ultra 4. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no. What's the secret sauce? Nobody really.
There is no secret sauce. It's everybody's trying a different angle, and there's good and bad and everything, but
skill and luck.
But I'll tell you, yeah, it really, you see, some of these top chassis, right? So you got the bomber chassis, you got the Trent Fab, you got the WFO,
Campbell.
Yeah, and the Campbell chassis out there. And it's like, okay, and then TAC 1's coming on the scene. If Racer Kevin Jones is like kicking ass on that chassis
He's starting to bang and climb.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun to watch that evolve.
Sure.
But they all got their nuances, and there's no perfect setup.
No.
It comes down, obviously the driver, but there's so many variables, and that's what I really like, the technicalities of this, racing series is that, we know bomber chassis kick ass in the rocks.
Right.
So you just see how it evolves, and okay, who's got the best, deal that day, and who's got and it really comes down to luck at the end of the day. You got a great driver, you got a great chassis, and you got to have that luck that you're not blowing tires or something stupid happening, 1 10-cent fucking part failing on you.
Preserve the car as best you can.
Yeah.
But push it to the limit while preserving it.
Yeah.
So, and then that's where the luck comes in, right?
But that short course stuff, I could see if I had a race team or in a car, because I wouldn't be racing, but I'd love someday to have enough money to sponsor somebody. The short course stuff, man, just eat shit up.
Oh, crazy.
Oh,
crazy.
But I love watching it.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's just watching that train wreck live, right?
Well, that's kind of it's definitely a train wreck. So looking at finish the
4,400
for 4,500.
Oh, 4,500.
So you got Jimmy Jack, number 1.
Jimmy Jack and his wife.
Kenneth Goodall, number 2. Joseph Modena, number 3.
Yep.
Sean Rance, number 4.
Rance.
And Justin Hall, number 5.
Yeah, our buddy Justin Hall.
That's right.
So my buggy's in his shop right now.
Well,
I've never had anybody work on my shit before.
He's down in Hollister right now, actually.
Yeah, he's probably wheeling my buggy right now, right? But I've never had anybody work on my shit. I mean, I've sent trannies out and stuff. I don't do transmissions.
Hashtag Jason money.
No. Just I don't have the time. My garage is not available right now, and axle seals were leaking. It was sweating horsepower. I'm like, we got to fix this before wheeling season starts here. We got a couple trips coming up, and Justin just got his new shop.
Yep.
And I'm like, hey, I want to support you and, cover some of your overhead here at the shop. And, it's a win-win, right? Just get that shit done. I don't have to worry about it. And so super cool. So Justin at 13 Fab. Shout out. Thank you for working on the buggy, and be easy on the bill, please.
Quality work. This shout out's worth at least a 50% discount.
At least a 50% discount, because this podcast, it's the number 1 off-road podcast in the all podcast land.
In the world, or the Northern Hemisphere anyway. Well, actually, the Southern Hemisphere.
Hey, we're
too.
popular in Australia.
And New Zealand.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
China.
4,400. The big dog, the freaking main event. So number 1, Lauren Healy, and man, I'll tell you.
Wow, that's a surprise.
He put on quite the show.
Holy crap, that car was freaking flying,
dude.
The Bronco, in air quotes, the Bronco was flying.
He every time somebody would close in on him, and they in the rocks, they get into a dirt section, and he just pull away
on the
like
straightaways
nothing.
and stuff. That car was freaking in fuego, man.
It was fast.
Yeah.
Number 2, Paul Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf was right there in the WFO card.
That's right. Number 3, JP Gomez.
Well, there you go. Another WFO car.
Number 4, Darian Gomez.
Oh, another car.
Number 5, Paul Horschel.
I'll tell you. Were you with us when we walked into the Gomez pit on Friday afternoon?
I might have been.
And saw the gold scepter. They had the scepter on display from King of the Hammers that row one.
I didn't see that, no.
Dude, his car is just a fucking masterpiece.
The new one.
You look at that front end, that independent front suspension, and the craftsmanship on the machining of the A-arms.
Mm-hmm.
And James pointed it out, actually, because I'm sitting there, I'm literally in shock. I'm just sitting there going, because I can appreciate the craftsmanship of this stuff. My dad was a machinist, and I'm like, okay, this is freaking cool. And James goes, dude, look at the brake line. Simple brake line, right?
Uh-huh.
And it goes into the A-arm with a fitting, and then out of the A-arm by the caliper is another fitting that goes with a short hose to the caliper.
So the A-arm is part of it?
So the A-arm has a passage for the brake fluid is drilled for the brake fluid inside the A-arm itself.
There's got to be a tube, though. I mean,
you can machine it. You can machine it and then thread it on each end.
I understand,
mean, it's just
so the
gun
whole
drill.
A-arm is full of...
Not the whole A-arm, just one freaking section of it.
Wow.
But then you don't, it eliminates the monkey motion of all that suspension cycling back and forth of a hose.
That. Yeah.
Right? And those are just the minor, minute, crazy details that you can get when you go, just build me the best you can.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
And it is a work of art, and it's a beautiful car. If you ever get a chance to look at it, you need to check it out because, and just the entire car, it's just state of the art,
sure,
Ultra 4, badass shit.
Showed up in the lake bed at Johnson Valley like a week before the race. And
here you go, new car blues. Nope, gonna win the race. So
I got all the woo-pows.
Well, there's a lot to it. Again, you got to have a driver, you got to have some skill, you got to have some luck, and the recipe came together. And I'm happy to see them, and they're super cool. And we got to get them. We got to go.
Oh yeah,
that's going to be a weekend ordeal. That night.
But did you die?
Did you die? That's going to be the question the next morning after
Where's
we interview.
Lorenzo? Well, he's dead.
Yeah, Lorenzo is going to be right there. He's going to be right in the mix.
So anyway, those are the results from the Prairie City Stampede back in a couple weeks, 3 weeks ago. And
was it that long ago? No,
yeah, close to it.
No,
May 12th to the 14th.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Jeez, stop this train. I want to get off this train, Chris.
Yeah. Well,
how do I get off this merry-go-round?
Well, I could let you know, but it ain't good.
I'll tell you. Anyways, okay. So Sunday, Prairie City.
What the hell happened on? I drove away. I left.
We woke up early that morning. I had to get out because I was going to celebrate my 50th birthday, and I was going to go skiing because skiing is the number one thing that I love to do. In May, and luckily we got enough snow in California, and we could go skiing. But anyways, so Kyle gets up and brings over EVE and says, "Hey, anybody want to drive it?" And then like Kobe's like, "Yeah, I'll drive it." And I'm like, "Hey, wait a minute, can I drive it first because I've got to go. I got to get going for the ski trip." And he's like, "Yeah, go." So got to drive EVE, and I'm like, "Okay." This is freaking cool. So we get in, and Kyle, is there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you just, flip the switch, hit the throttle pedal, and away you go." And so I'm like,
sounds like the Jetsons car.
And we're right there at the stair steps. So I'm like, cool, get to rock crawl this sucker, So went up an easy section, and it's cool. It's quiet. It's unlike anything. It's like a big golf cart, really. I mean, I've driven several different golf carts, but it's a four-wheel drive golf cart. It's very capable. And then so I said, came back down, and then I'm like, okay, I want to get the harder section. I want to do some serious rock crawling in this thing. And I had it in like third low. I mean, there's so many sticks in those transfer case, the low. I didn't know what I was doing, right?
Well, Tyler would have been right at home.
Exactly. All the Toyota boys, Jimmy and Tyler, would have been right there at home. But I go, okay. And he goes, "Oh, no, wait, you're in third. You got to put it in first." And I'm like, okay. And so there's no clutch in this thing, by the way,
So it's like an automatic?
Well, no, it's stick, but there's no clutch because it's electric. And so once I put it in first, I mean, that thing crawled really well. It was impressive. And of course, you got all the torques instantly because it's an electric motor, So that was super cool. I wish you could have drove it, Chris. That was might have been a once in a lifetime opportunity that was right there. You needed to drive that thing.
I should have.
You should have, but you're like, "Oh no, I got to get home and shave my cat." So
hey, my cat's nice and shaved.
Well, there you go. But Kobe drove, and Georgia Boy, and Samurai James and Rhonda, Lady Samurai.
Jeep and James.
Jeep and
Rhonda.
No, it's not Jeep and James because Jeep and James break shit on the Jeep. So it's Jeep and Rhonda.
Did they break anything?
And Samurai James.
Did they break anything at Hollister?
I don't know. I'm not going to say. So, anyways, that was super fun getting to drive EV, and shout out to Kyle Seglin and that whole crew. That was fun.
Yeah,
getting to see. I mean, that's literally the godfather of EVE electric vehicles for Ultra 4.
He is.
Yep. Whether you like it or not, Kyle, you're the godfather of EVE.
Boston Kyle.
But it's going to be so much fun. There was a lot of buzz in the pits about, getting these electric vehicle kits.
Oh, yeah.
And the motors and the batteries and how they're going to work it in. So this next KOH,
It'll be more than one car.
2023, I am super excited to see that.
Super excited to hear nothing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I was like, oh, and then so Amber, Kyle, Megan, all of them were in that same race, and Kyle and Amber were like battling there at the end, but Kyle took Amber. I'm like, man, you need some more whoop-ows in that Suzuki.
Well, Amber's car was about as loud as Kyle's car, too. I mean, I couldn't hear Amber's engine either.
Oh, you couldn't?
No.
She's got that new motor in there, the Toyota axles. I mean, I was like, it did well. She did really well.
No, absolutely. She kicked ass. But again, her car makes very little noise.
No.
I mean, compared to Shannon
The
Campbell's
hamsters.
car. Blah. I mean, that was visceral. I mean, when the 4,400 cars took off.
4,400 race is just, man.
You felt that.
You felt it in your chest.
In your chest and your abdomen. It was crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
So, good times. If you didn't make it out to the races at Prairie City for the Ultra 4 Mid-America Outdoor Race, you missed out on an awesome event, and you better be there next year because you don't want to miss out again.
No, that was super cool. I mean, it was right in our backyard, and just it was a busy race day. A lot of people there, a lot of racers, and super cool.
And I didn't die.
And you didn't die.
As much as the lemonade guy tried.
No, you almost did, but holy smokes. Yeah, thank God you didn't die. Man.
Is the lemonade guy listening to this show?
How do we? Yeah, I don't think so.
You owe me a free lemonade, dick.
No, you should be a lifetime lemonade.
Yeah.
He should send you
pretty much
some frozen lemonade in the mail or something.
Yeah.
Freeze-dried packs.
Thank God I didn't die.
Throw it in your freezer. Spiked lemonade.
Well, I like that.
Yeah.
Hard lemonade?
Yeah. So, yeah, after that, it was a whirlwind. I went up to Mammoth and went skiing for a couple days, and that was pretty freaking epic.
The whole mountain? That wasn't the whole, just the
No, just a section of the mountain's open, but the top of the mountain's 11,053 feet.
Dude, I love Mammoth. I used to ski there all the time.
Yeah, it's really cool. You get some LA influence, which is not necessarily great. But the mountain itself is freaking awesome.
I used to fly in.
And look at you, in your private jet. Why the hell? # Chris money.
Lorenzo was the pilot.
We drove up there. It's a ways. It's a poke, for us with Tioga Pass closed.
Yeah, you got to go basically
through
Tahoe
through Yosemite.
down.
Yeah, so we did. We went up Tahoe, skied at the Squaw Valley, known as the Palisades now, but F that. It's Squaw Valley forever in my book. And then went to Mammoth and skied a few days, and it was so cool. Now, Glenn and Kimberly Plake's Big Red RV was there. It's parked there, but unfortunately, they drove back to their house in Nevada that weekend. They had some family in town. I'm like, hey, are you here? And he's like, no, we're not here.
Sorry.
We're at our home. Like, damn it. I wanted to make a couple turns with you, and you could laugh at my skiing ability, but I'll make it down to the bottom. But it was fun. Ate at Convict Lake. If you don't know about Convict Lake, it's in the Eastern Sierras, right next to Mammoth. And there was this group of convicts that escaped, and they took up a little homestead there at the lake. And there's a whole storied history about that. And so I'm like, they got a great restaurant there. And so we had dinner there one night. That was our gourmet dinner one night, and it's freaking outstanding.
What kind of wine did you drink?
Well, we brought some wine in, so we had some Fernwood. It was like 2009 Fernwood. Did I bring in? I thought it might have been the Cap Franc. I think it was the Cap Franc Fernwood that I brought in, and then brought in a Cabernet. That was a dirty old bird.
Dirty old bird.
Dirty old bird that was super good. Yeah, really good Cabernet as well. But so that was nice. Very nice. That was my quick little junket for 50th birthday there.
Well, right on.
And then we ended up at Hollister the following weekend.
I know, man. It's just like nonstop. Esprit de Four clinic, safety clinic for spring of 2022.
Yeah.
Our
How about
annual
that?
trip.
Full class.
Full class. It was interesting to look at the rigs that rolled in. I mean, or drove in. I was not say roll, but I mean, a lot of Toyota Tacomas, 4Runners, a lot of Jeeps.
There was 2-3 electric Jeeps.
Yeah, the plug-in electric. So they're hybrids.
Yeah, the hybrid, but the electric Jeep.
There were three of them.
Three of them.
A red one, a white one, and a blue one.
Yeah. That was
baby.
cool.
Holy
Watching.
patriotic.
We worked the stair steps, so we got to see them work that
That's
obstacle, and the torques were all there.
Yep, better.
A lot
than
of
the Jeep
torques.
and better than the Toyota. For sure.
Yeah. No, had nothing on Toyota torques. 14 transfer cases later.
I was interested. I made an interesting comment that there were no gladiators at all.
There was not one Gladiator at the clinic. Yeah, that was
Figured
interesting.
there'd be at least one. There
was a Lexus.
There was a Lexus. There was a Range Rover.
Yep.
There was a giant,
one Bronco.
One Bronco.
Beautiful Bronco.
Four-door
Silver 4-door Bronco.
There was a giant ass GMC crew cab.
Yes.
That thing, man, at the top of the stair step, you had to make like an 18-point turn.
Yeah. Yeah, a few trucks. There was a few Dodge trucks.
Yep.
I was worried they weren't going to make it up the stair steps, but they did.
The Power Wagon kicked ass.
Yeah.
Efforts.
Yeah, Chevy, that big Chevy truck that you were referring to.
Yep.
And then, that we had a good variety of rigs. And so Friday, I did not know if I was going to make it down there Friday night.
I'm so happy you did.
Yeah, and thank you to James and Rhonda, or else I wouldn't have made it there when I did. So we got there before dusk, so it was like 4:30-ish.
Yep. Well, after the opportunity to go to DeRose.
Yeah, so I missed DeRose wine tasting, which sucked, but whatever. We'll get back there. But
I got a case at my house.
We got set up and then got the Jeep off the trailer, and we went out wheeling.
Good play.
So Ultra 4 Jones was there with his wife.
And the side chick.
Yeah, the side chick is Sidekick, the Suzuki Sidekick side chick
with no shocks on the front.
Oh my gosh, 0 shocks on the front. It was freaking hilarious. So I said, okay, let's go out. So we all went out wheeling, James and Rhonda, and
I went up.
You were up there, and we went playing in the old obstacle course.
That's
first.
right.
And had fun out there, and of course I had to go through the big Rubicon section with the Jeep, and I the last section of that, if you're starting from the stair steps down, those of you that go to Hollister and familiar with that area, so just to the left of the stair steps is this gnarly rock garden.
It's called the Little Rubicon.
The Little Rubicon, we call it, and so there is a couple bailouts on it. I mean, it's just rocks piled up, so you can bail out pretty much anywhere, but the last section by the oak tree is really gnarly, and there's huge holes, big rocks. And I'm like, I got to that point, and the Jeep did awesome up to that point, and I'm like, don't know if I want to go in there. And then I'm like, yeah, I want to go in there. I want to check this thing out. And I was able to
a little devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other shoulder, and the
Jeep was working so well, and I'm like, I wanna see what it can do in this section because the buggy walks right through it, right?
Was Lorenzo on the
No,
passenger seat?
Lorenzo was not there. He was back at the camper. I had him locked up. So I go, okay, let's check this out. And it went through, and I'm like, holy crap, that was fun. It was. I'm like, okay, this is working so well. So I went from the 38 1450, so super wide tire, worked great in the snow.
Tonka tires.
Yeah, but it just was too big for the Jeep, so I went back to the 37 1250, and no rubbing, full travel. It was awesome. So the Jeep is dialed,
and this is on leaf springs.
On leaf springs. Leaf springs for the win. Leaf springs are for poor people, and that's what I got.
And
it works.
Poorer every day.
Mm-hmm.
I nosed into the little Rubicon for a moment, and then I said no.
No, you didn't do it.
I didn't want my Dana 30.
The side chick was in there for a little section.
Yeah, that was half the weight of me. And my Dana 30 would have freaking exploded in there.
Goodbye. Dana 30 left the chat. So then we went over to. I didn't go over to the teeter-totter and stuff. I'm a little remiss of that.
The teeter-totter was not tottering.
That's what you said. It's not tottering or teetering.
I tried to get into it, and my shackles were getting hung up on it.
Okay.
So and then some dude with who was that? I think it was Stryker, Brian.
Who?
He's the guy that's now in charge of the clinic with Magnus. Bought Art Stein's truck.
Oh, Andrew
Strike.
Yeah.
He had his Jeep and he got his front tires up on it.
Yeah.
And it did not move.
Really?
It didn't settle down at all. So they had come in with the bulldozer into the O course, and the bulldozer piled a bunch of dirt under the fulcrum.
That's
area,
what I heard.
And it wasn't moving.
So the bulldozer driver didn't know what he was doing, basically.
He fucked it up.
Mm-hmm.
So
all right.
Anyway, but that would have been fun. But they have that new obstacle, the tunnel, and they got that steep climb.
I didn't get to do that either because I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, it's easy.
A little remiss on that, but we'll hit it next time.
But yeah, and then they had a lot of water in the frame twister. I drove through that and got my tires and wheels dirty.
Yeah.
But it was, I just crawled right through it. No big deal.
Well, there you go.
But yeah.
Then we headed to McCrazy.
Yeah,
because that's where all the fun's to be had.
I didn't go to McCrazy.
No, then you're like, oh no, I'm gonna go to camp, and I'm
drink.
like, what the hell?
Drink.
Well, I'm like, you got to go wheeling. So
I wheeled.
We went out there, and that was cool. So Kobe was there with his rig, of course. Side chick, Kevin, and Samurai James and Rhonda in the Jeep, and then myself. And went over, some of the obstacles, and man, it was so funny watching Kevin in that side chick rig. It was hilarious, but it did well. It did well, I gotta say, and he didn't break, and he didn't roll.
He didn't break.
He was so close.
But he posted videos, shots of the axle shafts after the trip.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of twistage on the splines.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but and that's what I like so much about Ultra 4 Jones, Kevin Jones. He just sends it. He's just got no F's to give.
Right.
Now, I mean, he's obviously a tactical and technical about it, but when he knows he can send it, he's going to send it. And
well, it's a beater rig,
exactly.
and he did way more to it than he probably should have to get it prepped. But
the shocks in the rear were worth more than the whole rig.
Exactly. But yeah, super cool. It was so much fun, and it was good for me mentally just to get out there and wheel, because that's what I love to do. And it was like,
wine tasted.
Yeah, well, that would have helped. But anyways, it was just good to go out and just take a couple hour break from my hectic life right now.
Rock therapy. It
was rock therapy on high. Super fun with my friends, and totally enjoyed it. And then that night at dinner, so I'm like, guys, normally I'm organizing meals, and okay, you bring this, I'm like, I'm not organizing shit. I'm freaking sideways right now.
Your refrigerator wasn't even on.
It wasn't even on. I had a lot of non-alcoholic beverages in my cooler, a lot of sparkling water, and then like 4 beers. And then, of course, I had my bourbon and wine or whatever, but I had nothing food-wise. Really, I had like some egg bites for breakfast if I needed them.
We took care of you.
It's something. So I go, Chris, can you you're doing burgers? I want a burger that night. And you did some killer burgers that night.
They were good.
And then
I kept seeing you sneaking into my camper and coming out with a new rock.
Maybe, yeah, because I didn't have my freezer going. So just sampling on some bourbons, and then this killer birthday cake came out from
that was awesome.
James, Rhonda, and Kevin and Mallory, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. So it is this cake, this rectangular cake,
half sheet
cake, half sheet, and had this mound with this Jeep crawling up on this trail, and then behind the Jeep on the trail below was this Toyota rolled over.
Perfect.
And they had frosting on the tires, like mud on the tires. It was very well done. Super cool. I need to post a picture of it up on the gram. But that was super cool. It was the chocolate. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry, Toyotas. Chocolate cake with raspberry filling. It was really good.
It was good.
Yeah,
that kind of was the capper for the evening.
It really was. It was cool. I'm glad they did it Friday night because we still had a big group there. There were still like 20, 30 people. But it was
Saturday night?
No, Friday night.
Oh, Friday night was definitely the party night. Mm-hmm. I mean, even though we're supposed to all be frosty and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on Saturday morning, I mean, I was a little slow getting out of the camper.
Yeah, you were. You got over the handlebars a little bit that night, but
not that much. But I was definitely a little slow getting out of bed.
Okay,
I didn't want it. It was nice.
It was nice.
I was
comfortable. Yeah. So anyways, and then Saturday was a class, went really well. Unfortunately, CJ was not there to help teach the class with Kelly and I, but we had the other Kelly Swanson was there, and then Kelly Radcliffe was new to the teaching this year, which was great. And
he did well.
He did a really good job. Him and I talked a little bit before, and I gave him a little heads up, and I'm like, hey, just roll with it, but here's some of the key points. And he's a very good speaker. He was past president of the club and did well. So, did the class, and then we went out. What was your assignment that afternoon? Trail?
Stair step.
Oh, you were stair step with me. That's right. I'm so telling you, my brain, dude, is so much right now. Yeah, you were at the top of the stair steps with Rye. Kevin Jones and I were at the bottom.
Right.
And I'm sorry, ex-racer Kevin Jones was at the bottom. And so I go, okay, so with the first two groups, we have 4 groups that go through. And the first 2 groups went through, boom, boom. And then I'm like, okay, third group, Kevin, you got it. You got the spiel, just go. And he ran with it, which was great.
He did a great job.
And then unfortunately, the 4th group, I had to disembark because there was a rig. One of our students,
a Toyota,
was just
a Toyota,
not operational.
A Toyota.
I didn't know who it was or what was going on, and so I'm like, "Where is it?" And I, Jason, can you come help recover this vehicle? And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I go over there,
ham
and
radio for the win.
Ham radios work so freaking good. So it was Kenny Alger.
With a Toyota. So his 4Runner, which is very well set up, but he lost his fuel pump. And I felt bad because his 18-year-old daughter was driving and taking the class. I think that was a Ford fuel pump.
Nice. I don't think so. It had a Toyota part number on it. So I'm like, oh my God, it's Kenny. Who killed Kenny?
Oh, shit.
And so we were all laughing, and we said, okay. And he wasn't in a bad spot. So James actually towed him out, and then I was the brakes because he was dead.
Dead in the water.
Dead in the water. So
no power brakes, no power steering.
No, so I was the brake on the thing, and so we got him back to Area 5, where he had a trailer, so it was no big deal. And he was able to winch back on the trailer. But it took about a good half an hour to get him from where he was at back to camp. So unfortunately, they missed the last obstacle, which I think was the stair steps for them.
Yeah, we never
saw. And the frame twister, yeah. So they missed that part of the clinic, but they were able to, do the 3/4 plus of the clinic. So unfortunately,
shit happens, especially
fuel
when you're
pump
driving
goes.
a Toyota.
Wow.
Love you, Kenny. Thanks for your support.
Hey, he always flies our gear, man. I love Kenny. He's always supporting us, has a shirt on, a hat on, and we appreciate that. So
good to get your daughter in the gear, too.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to meet your daughter and then also to recover and get you back to camp safely. So that's what we do. We give till it hurts here on the Wheeling Wine and Whiskey
Sometimes
podcast.
We burn our patrons or our Barrel Society members.
So anyways, he's always there. So shout out to Kenny. Alger_Fab is his IG. So check him out. He does work on vehicles and such. So he knew instantly what it was. I mean, I pull up and I'm like, oh, that's Kenny. He goes, yep, fuel pump. And I'm like, well, okay, well, I'm not going to question it. You know your rig and you're a mechanic. So there you go.
Ford fuel pumps. I don't know.
Wow. Just trying to get your digs in.
Well, I have to because you dig on my Ram and Dodge too much.
Well, it's so easy.
No, it's not.
So easy.
Anyway, safety clinic was super cool this year. We had a great
and then the
time.
catered dinner that night. How was that? Mansmith. Shout out to Mansmith's in Hollister.
Barbecue.
Tri-tip beans. Oh, tri-tip chicken.
They had
beans.
chicken. They had leg and thigh.
Easy on the breast.
Didn't see any breasts.
You didn't see any breasts?
No, none on the table.
And then, so beans, garlic bread salad.
It was super good.
Super good. And I went back for more tri-tip.
Oh, the tri-tip was incredible.
Man.
Somebody was telling me, dude, this is a little weird for brisket. I'm like, it's not brisket, dude. It's
exactly.
tri-tip.
It was that tender. It was like brisket.
It was super good.
So
I
they did a great job.
Yeah. Mansmith's, excellent.
Yeah, so it was nice to have that catered and just come back to the, we always have a good barbecue, but it takes a lot of effort, and it takes 10 of our club members to pull that off, and buying the food and prepping it and cooking it and serving it and then cleaning up. And it's just like, no, let's get a company in there that knows how to do this. 2 phone calls. 1, hey, are you good for this date? Okay, great. We're going to send you a check. Okay, yeah, we have 62 people. Thanks.
Boom,
we'll see
done.
you then at this date. Boom, done.
Awesome.
Anyways, I'll say that's all I say there.
No, right?
So, excellent clinic. It was super fun. I was super appreciative of everybody that showed up.
I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, I
was worried.
Touch and go,
when
man.
You and I were talking on Thursday. I was like,
it was touch and go, man. But I'll tell you, James and Rhonda saved my ass. It hadn't been for them, I wouldn't have been down there till Saturday morning. I would have pulled the ripcord on Friday night and
I would
said,
have been
fuck
pissed.
it. I would have gone down.
I saved you a spot and everything.
I missed, you and Kobe. I didn't want to be in Kobe's spot because it's too much sun. You were in the shade, which was great. And we needed that. It got a little warm.
I was also plugged in.
Yeah. Oh, you were plugged in?
Hell yeah.
Oh, well, I had nothing to plug in. I mean, I was fine. It cooled down at night, and I didn't have my refrigerator going.
Competing with Rich, he had his vibrating bed going on or whatever.
What? Nice. Blow up sheep.
When I plugged in, he's just like, if whoever pops the breaker, he needs to go and reset it. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're doing over there.
Yeah, I ain't popping no breaker over here. Yeah,
I'm just charging my batteries and
whatever.
Well,
I'll tell you, my camper can go 2 weeks off the grid. I got that battery solar set up, and everything's working great now.
Yeah, I don't have any issues.
Camper's dialed, no more water leaks, everything's set. It's good for summer, man. So
Sell it.
So, we're getting long here, but you're just catching up. I got to say one thing.
Okay, what?
I went out. I don't eat a lot of fast food. I do Subway.
Oh, I like Subway.
Because I do too. And
my wife hates it, but I love it.
I love it. And
veggies.
Just load that thing up, and it's reasonable priced, and you get good chow, and I'm out and about. I got a lot of windshield time. I'm visiting all these different job sites, and it's like, okay, grab a Sando. And so I went to Carl's Jr. the other day. I love Carl's Jr. That's my favorite fast food burger place.
The waffle cut fries?
No, I get the fried zucchini.
Oh, the fried.
I love the fried zucchini with ranch.
The crisp cut fries are pretty good.
Yeah, those are good too. But I'm like, okay, fried zucchini, let's do this. And so there was this, I was starving. I was down in Gilroy area, and I go, I got to hit. Carl's Jr. right there. Boom. And so I buzz into the drive-thru. I don't do a lot of drive-thru stuff, but I'm like, okay, let's do this. One car in front of me, and they ordered like 30 freaking burgers, I think. I don't know. There's a lot of food that was piling into that car in front of me.
That's an $80 order. Right there.
No. So this is the point that I'm driving home here. So I ordered what used to be their $6 burger, they claim.
Sure.
It's just a burger with lettuce and tomato and onion, and they got good fresh buns and everything.
No, Carl's Jr. is good.
And then I upgrade, from the fries to the zucchini.
Hashtag
fried zucchini.
Money.
No, I just love the fried zucchini.
The fried zucchini is good.
It's really good.
With the ranch.
Super good.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay. And so I had a burger, fried zucchini, and a medium Dr. Pepper. $15.39.
Fuck me.
$15.39. I go, what? Am I paying for the car behind me too?
That's fucked up.
Isn't that crazy?
Dude, so, I last Monday.
That's a third-pound burger. It's not a half-pound burger.
Dude,
it's a third-pound burger.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And you could see on their board where all the dollar signs, the prices have been adjusted. They're like putting stickers over the other prices. But
dude,
honestly,
it
it is getting out of control, and we could get on a whole political tangent of why this shit's out of control in this country. But those of you that listen to this podcast know why things are fucked up in this country right now. But holy crap. So I used to be able to get the same meal at Carl's Jr. for under $10.
Dude, it goes beyond that. I mean, like the days you could go to McDonald's and get an egg McMuffin meal with the coffee and the hash brown for $3.75, and now it's like $8.90 or $8.75.
I don't know. Yeah.
But so last Monday, we left clinic on Sunday morning, and you left before me. I drove home. I got home and I unloaded the camper. I got the refrigerator cleaned out so I could shut the refrigerator down. Then I kind of shut down. I just I stripped the sheets off the bed and whatever. Monday, I had Sunday and Monday off normally from work. So Monday was my day to finally, because I did 3 trips in 4 weeks with the camper. So I left the camper on the truck, drove the camper, finally unloaded the camper. Put it away.
I know where you're going with this.
And I stopped it. I'm like, Craig's helping me a little bit because I store the camper where he lives. Right. And when I'm done unloading the camper, I'm like, shit. I said something. He's, I'm on lunch, Dad. No big deal. I'm like, what? Look at my watch. Holy shit, it's 11:45. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So I'm close to Tequila's Taqueria in Livermore.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, I'm going to stop at Tequila's and grab a burrito. Holy shit. Used to get that burrito for like $9.
Yeah.
$15.
$15. Make you holla.
For a freaking, it's a big ass, it's super good burrito.
I know. They do a great job.
What?
Well, it's cost. It's just, it's so bad.
It's like, I'm sitting here, it's like, how much?
Well, it's like, I'm looking at ribeye prices and it's like $27 for a 1 pound steak. I'm like, what are you? Whoa! Somebody just figure this shit out.
I know. We're not eating ribeyes tonight. That's for sure.
I'm gonna start. Yeah, we're having top ramen.
This is Wheeling Wine Whiskey. We be broke. We need more we need more Barrel Society members.
Lorenzo has that hay tasting.
Fuck, that's some quality.
He used to get alfalfa. Now he just gets like straight grass hay.
That's prime hay.
Yeah.
So
anyways, this is just crazy.
The gas. I mean,
oh jeez.
I needed. I was my little light on my truck. My Colorado lit up when I was driving home from work today.
How many miles does that get you after that?
I think there's about a gallon left.
Oh,
so that's probably 25 miles. And I'm like, okay, I got to. So before I drove down here, I stopped at Rotten Robbie and got some gas and 18 gallons, 17, a little over. I think it's an 18-gallon tank. Took on 17 gallons of fuel, $108.
Yeah, I know.
$108.
For 17 gallons.
Kill me now.
It is crazy. So when we were driving to Mammoth and Bridgeport and stuff, now of course these are remote towns, but $7.99 for diesel.
Holy shit.
$7.99.
I mean, I think
$8 a gallon for diesel.
$49 in Livermore.
Well, that's what we're paying here. We're paying $6.50. I mean, it's just stupid. It's just so stupid.
I mean,
Trump,
when I bought my truck, I think it was $2.50 a gallon for diesel. I don't know.
Trump 2024.
I think I'm going to sell my truck.
It's stupid. This is. I don't know. I don't want to go down this road.
No,
I
don't either. But it's just gotten. I mean, I know all of our listeners are feeling the pain, whether they're in New Zealand, Australia,
man. It's
the
just
UK.
Your normal operations. Just normal operations.
People got raises, but the raises have been negated by freaking.
No, and a lot of people didn't get
inflation.
raises, and that's the other thing to
Right.
compete with. If you got a raise and you're able to like keep afloat of like where you were, just like status quo, that's great. But there's a lot of people that didn't, and prices have gone up. So now you're going underwater,
Pretty much.
and it freaking sucks. So, anyways, feel your pain. This is freaking ridiculous, but yeah, I just had to say that's crazy.
You want to talk about something happy?
Yeah, I do. What do you got? I got a happy thing too.
We got new Barrel Society members.
What?
I'll do some shout outs.
Yeah, let's do it.
Gene H. We're not going to do last names.
Gene Hatfield.
Like the Colbys and the Hatfields.
No. You know who Gene Hatfield is?
No,
All right, Google it.
I'm not going to Google it right now. Lorenzo.
He's coming back in. His Bluetooth hearing aids are working.
He's debottling.
It's working. He's
So Gene H, thank you very much for joining us with the Barrel Society. We certainly appreciate that. And Wesley V.
Really?
We have two brand new people that jumped on, and we're super happy about it.
That's awesome. Welcome to the podcast. And so this is cool. This thing's growing. I mean, the support is unbelievable.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. We give back, and we're going to continue to do that. We just, as we get caught up, and we just get this giveaway, and now we'll hopefully get something.
We give till it hurts.
We give till it
Right?
hurts. That's right.
And so I got to give a shout out. So
who?
I just got this DM today on IG and I've been a little delinquent on IG, I'm just going to say. All right, so it's Matt from Australia, another Aussie.
Love those Australians.
Well, and this is cool because he DMs me, and I'm like, okay. Hey, guys, it's Matt from Australia. Thanks for the great podcast. I am listening to yours nonstop from number 1 to 157. 157. Keep up the awesome work.
Sweet. Was that did you go from the East Coast to the West Coast or vice versa? And it's that long of a drive?
Holy crap.
How many hours?
157 episodes.
How many hours of content do we have?
So
now?
shout out to Matt in Australia. And his IG is team, TEAM, _rock, ROCK, _rat, RAT. So Team Rock Rat. And he's got a killer Suzuki, so another samurai lover here, and a four-steer buggy.
Could be a side chick.
It could be no, it's not. It's a badass samurai. And then his four-steer buggy, or I'm assuming he drives it. I'm looking at these pictures. Anyways, I commend you. I don't think I could listen to binge listen to 150 episomes, 157
You know
episodes.
how many hours that is?
I don't know.
I'm going to tell you right now.
You're going to tell me right now?
229 hours and 229.76 hours.
229 point what?
76.
229.
So 229 and 3/4 hours
divided by 24 is 9 days, 9.57 days.
So
if you listen,
let us
straight
know if
and
that is it 9 days to get across your continent.
Australia is a big continent.
It's a whole lot of nothing.
My gosh,
East and West.
So shout out to Matt. Thank you for
That's
listening.
awesome.
That is super cool. It's fun. I mean, you know, we when we were at Prairie City, Brian came up to us, right? You remember Brian?
Yep.
Came up to us and he says, "Hey, I listen to your podcast. I'm not going to tell you what I do for a living, but I listen to your podcast." And I'm like, "That's freaking cool." And he goes, "It helps the windshield time." And that's exactly how I got into podcasts, is all the windshield time. And I'm like, you know, I'm tired of I don't like talk shows and stuff, and listening to news radios fucking sucks. And I'm like, and I love music, but I love to be entertained while I'm driving.
You can get educated too.
Yeah, and I listen to music at home. When I get home, I just crank on the music and do my thing and work on stuff or whatever it is, and chill out. But podcasts are cool, tell a story, whatever it is. And I'm super, super thankful that we were able to start this and entertain people and provide a little
3 years ago
outlet. Is it 3 years ago? Yeah, I guess it is. Damn.
Do you listen to stuff you should know?
No.
You should. You learn something.
No, I don't have time for that.
You might be educated. I listened to an episode today and learned about methode champenois. How to make champagne.
Mm-hmm. And the riddling.
Riddling?
Did they talk about riddling?
They did.
See? I know that stuff.
Poor bastard has to riddle all those bottles every day.
Yeah, riddle the bottles.
Eighth of a turn.
Yep, eighth of a turn. Yep.
Every goddamn day.
And I know.
He's got a hunchback.
Well, it's kind of a cool deal. He probably listens to Wheeling Wine and Whiskey while he's doing it.
He might.
You never know.
You never know.
So, anyways, super cool stuff. It's nice to be back in the home studio and get caught back up. The interviews were freaking awesome.
Yep.
Maddie Moon,
More to come.
Woody Rose, Waylon Campbell. We just keep giving till it hurts. And if you got any ideas, send them to us at Chris at wheelingwineandwhiskey.com, Jason at wheelingwineandwhiskey.com. You got any bourbon tips, send them to Lorenzo at wheelingwineandwhiskey.com. And, of course, our phone number, Chris. What is that phone number?
408-800-5169.
That's correct. 408-800-5169 is our phone number. And wait a minute. We do have a voicemail that we need to play.
You're not even connected.
No, I am connected. I am always connected, Chris. So we need to play this voicemail for the podcast because
yes, we do.
We had another celebrity calling.
Oh shit! Here we
ready?
go. I'm ready.
You ready?
Ready. I'm always ready.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, fellas, it's your old
Walken.
friend Christopher Walken calling. Hey, it came to my attention recently there was a birthday in your midst, and I would love to say my birthday wishes and blessings for my dear friend Jason Green. Wow, this guy, he's got a podcast, he does lawn work, and now, rumor has it, he's buying a scrub brush factory and a tumbleweed plant. This guy's really on the up and up. You know, it reminds me of a good saying one of my friends once said. Of course, he said a lot of things, so I'll just move on. Anyway, happy birthday, Mr. Verde, Green in Spanish. You know, it's a great language. It's very romantic. Even your name sounds sexy.
Wow.
So, happy birthday, sexy man.
Oh, my God.
That's it?
Hey,
wait,
fellas.
That was it. That was it.
No goodbye, no nothing, no reach around or wow.
How great is that? Christopher freaking Walken wishing me a happy 50th.
Walk-in freezer.
I have arrived, Chris. I have arrived.
When, nobody called me about my 50th.
Yeah, see?
Well, wait, we didn't have a podcast at my 50th. We were just so. All right.
Wait. Oh, there is more.
Oh, there's more?
But sexy. So, happy birthday, sexy man.
I just had to play that again.
Dick.
Oh, that is so good.
Fucking
Thank you,
narcissist.
Christopher Walken, for coming on the podcast here, calling in. We are, obviously, he's a big fan.
Well, yeah.
Christopher Walken. We got
I thought he was
A-list celebrities listening to this podcast, Chris. How great is that?
I thought he was, on site or whatever. What do they call that in production for a new movie and whatnot? So I don't know.
You kind of sounded like Christopher Walken right there, not making sense.
Well, I may have had a little bit too much of this Prairie Ranch.
Yeah, it's pretty good, huh? Free ranch.
So, yeah. Just the last thing. So, wheeling season is coming up.
Is it?
Summer's here, man.
Justin's working on my shit.
This
Get
is dropping
the buggy ready.
right after Memorial Day.
Jeep's ready.
Behave yourself on the trails, people. Pack it in, pack it out.
Yep.
Don't
put
be
out
a
your
dick.
fire. Put out your freaking fire because it is drier than a fucking popcorn fart right now in California.
Get your permit.
Yeah, get your permit. Put out your fire.
We've put that link in.
Drown it. If you can't put your hand in the fire, like in the ashes, then your fire's not out.
It ain't dead enough.
Okay?
Right.
And I know the people that are listening to this podcast know that, but we just want to reiterate.
Educate people.
And tell your freaking friends and people, because there are people that don't know that recreate out in our forest.
And they're gonna end the season before
exactly.
Before
we don't want to end up. Last year ended up in a smoke show, and it was I couldn't breathe at Meadow Lake, one of my favorite places on the face of the earth. I couldn't breathe.
And this nonsense needs to stop. So behave yourselves. Don't be a dick. Pack your garbage in. Pack your garbage out.
Dick.
Make sure your goddamn fire is out. Spread the word. And on that note, you got anything else?
I got nothing, Chris.
We're out.